Aloha and welcome to your first day of Feel Good Yoga Cloud Studios YogaFIT. Um, Generally, I would like to add a little bit of equipment to these classes, which a band set that can connect to the door on our cloudstudios.com/feelgoodyoga website. We do have links there that will link you up to the bands. I am going to teach these classes with no equipment at all, except for yourself and a yoga mat for the next, I'd say, month or so. And then as people, as you start to accumulate the bands, I want to make sure everybody does have them so we can open up a little bit more of our exercise universe to doing a little more training with some pushing and pulling exercises to balance some things out and also get you a little stronger with adding some external resistance. Because sometimes that is needed, right? Yoga is amazing in so many ways, but this is a little bit of a difference, blending a couple of things together with utilizing yoga asana, and then also a little bit more of that interval training hit and some resistive training that we'll eventually get to. So this is day one. We're gonna keep it on the mat today. Everything that we do, most of it will be timed, and don't worry, I got the timer for you over here. Just listen to my cues. I'll let you know when to start, let you know when to stop. If there ever is an exercise that you are unable to do today, maybe you can do it in the future. If that does come up, please feel free to reach out to me. Tell me what that exercise was, and I will help you out to get there in another time. I will also provide options within the exercise to bring it more accessible so everybody can have a piece of the action there, right? At any moment in time, if you are feeling dizzy, lightheaded, like you're too out of breath, a child's pose is fine. You don't have to keep on going, even though we do want to find that push, that line, that threshold, but we're trying not to go over it too much. Also, if you are seeing me on demand, there's always that pause button. So you can just pick up right where we left off without missing a beat. If you need a sip of water or whatever happens, I'll provide time in between as well for a little bit of a cardio break, a little bit of a catch your breath kind of thing. The classes, generally how I'll set them up, we have warm up utilizing sun salutations, different types of salutations. So I'll teach you those. Those are a really amazing tool to use to get your body ready for really almost anything that life can throw at you. So as we learn these and as you come regularly, we will get a better grasp on these sun salutations, unless you're already a seasoned practitioner. And you can utilize those really in anything. Oh, hey, we got a friend popping up here. Thank you for joining. Oh, we haven't started yet, so you're at a great time. I was just explaining the class beforehand. All right, so today, nothing needed except for your body. I'm gonna do everything. It's gonna be pretty much 45 seconds. We have sequences that I'll demonstrate, and then we'll roll through them once, and then we'll roll through them again a little bit faster because I won't be demonstrating that second time for you. We have a warm up, we got a core block, we got three sequences or groups of exercises that we'll do, and then we'll find a nice cool down at the back side of it to bring you into your Shavasana at the end. So thank you for arriving. Let's sit and take a few breaths. Oh, if you do have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or something, turn it on. And at the end, send me your calories. What did we do? What does your graph look like? I'm curious. I'm timing mine, I'm seeing mine, and I'm curious to see how this affects everybody differently, right? So turn on your Apple Watch or your Fitbit to get started, and we can see how intense we get today. All right, find a comfortable seated position. We'll take a few minutes to arrive, or a few moments, few breaths. all the same. Let's release the arms and bring them overhead. Find a nice big stretch, fingertips toward the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Engage your abs to find, even while sitting, a little bit of that tailbone tuck. Nice tall spine. Couple little movements here to start. Place your left hand on the ground. Keep the right hip grounded as you hinge over to the left. Open up through that side body. For a little extra tricep stretch, you can grab the left ear with your right hand. Feel a little more in the back of the arm. Inhale brings you back up to center. Exhale, other side, right hand plants, left hip on the ground. Maybe you grab the left ear with the left arm, or sorry, right ear with left arm. Open up through that tricep, through the armpit, into the rib cage. You want to not do that, you can always extend the arm. Maybe you look up, get a little extra neck stretch. Inhale back to center. Let's go hands behind the back, either interlacing the fingers with the palms touching or doing the best you can to have the fingers touching each other and the palms touching each other, grabbing, open up the heart. Broaden your collarbones, lift through the sternum and take the hands away from the butt a little bit more. Wiggle it out, release that. All right, we're gonna go back towards the top of the mat. Start standing here. We're gonna roll through some sun salutations, different types to get you warmed up. Sun salutation A, we'll start grounding the feet. Really important to wake up the feet here because that's what we ground with. So lifting the inner arch a little bit, making that arch a little bit bigger. And then bring the outer ankle up and in. That'll also lift the outer arch. Maybe you can have enough space to try to slide a credit card under there. We'll inhale, arms overhead. As you do so, check out your shoulders. Are your shoulders higher? Should I bring them a little bit more down? Engage your shoulder blades downward. If your ribs are puffing out, you do a couple of things. Either bring your arms a little more forward or try to engage your tailbone down. Bring the tip of the bottom rib cage toward the hip bones to engage your core and actually find a real nice line here through the whole body. Grab the right wrist with your left hand and we'll hinge over to the left side. Ground to the right foot, open up through that right side body. Inhale to switch. Grab the left wrist, right hand, exhale, hinge over to the right side. Push that left hip out. Really ground into the left foot, stretch that whole side body. And we'll inhale back to center. Exhale, find your forward fold. If it's the first time you've stretched today, maybe you got to bend the knees. We're trying to find a nice long spine here. Get a little more weight toward the balls of the feet. If you're feeling pretty flexible, you can stretch out the knees, make them a little more straight, but we don't want to compromise this rounding of the spine here. Relax your head. Wiggle that out. It's always a good way to get it. Plant the hands. We'll bend the knees and step back to your first plank. With this plank position, really make your fingers wide as you can. We're trying to bring that elbow crease forward to find external rotation in the shoulders. Keep more weight on the thumb and index side of your hand to protect the wrist. We'll inhale to shift forward a little bit. Stretch out the wrists here. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower your chest all the way down toward the floor. We'll flip on tops of the feet. Tailbone lengthens downward. Open your heart, lift for cobra pose. Shoulders away from the ears, find a nice back bend, and then exhale, push your hips up and back, flip on the bottom of the feet to find your downward facing dog. Driving the heels as deep as you can to the floor, stretching out the calves. If you're tight in the back of the legs, bend the knees, try to push back a little bit more. Tailbone lifts up, and then maybe we can pedal out the feet. Let's do that. Pedal it out, stretch out the calves, stretch out the Achilles. Find some stillness just for a moment. And we'll inhale, tiptoe the feet all the way back up, top of the mat. Exhale, find your forward fold, maybe a little bit deeper this time. Inhale, gently rise up, one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to come. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Relax. Sun salutation A. Moving on, sun B, adding a lunge. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, we'll find your forward fold, moving a little bit faster now. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plank the hands, step back into your plank position. In these vinyasas or chaturanga after the plank, you can lower all the way down and find that cobra like we did the first time, or we can take those chaturangas, which is that yogi type of push-up, to upward dog, right? So I'll go for the chaturanga. We'll inhale, shift forward, exhale, bend the elbows, have the elbows almost graze the side of the body, flip on tops of the feet, inhale, broaden your chest, lengthen your tailbone downward, exhale, with the strength of your core, hips up and back for downward dog. A few breaths here. Maybe you want to pedal out the feet a little bit, feel it in the calves, especially if you're a runner or a hiker or a biker or even just walking on the beach, calves get tight. Next, inhale, we'll lift the right leg, all 5 toes point down toward the floor, drive a little more weight into the left heel. Inhale, exhale, step forward, bringing the knee as close as you can to your chest and plant the foot on the floor. We're trying to find ankle right under that front knee. Maybe you're on your fingertips here. We're trying to find a flat spine once again. Exhale, with the strength of your core, we'll rise up to high lunge, arms overhead, shoulders away from the ears, just like we started. You can bend the back knee to take a little bit of stretch out of the back leg, or you can do the bending of the knee and then scoop the tailbone a little bit more underneath, drive to lengthen the back leg a little bit more. You'll feel a little more intense stretch in that hip flexor. A couple more breaths. Inhale, straighten the front leg. We'll go for a pyramid pose here. If this is not accessible because you need blocks, don't worry about it. You can always bend the knee and we'll take it from there. So if not, keep the front leg straight. We reach forward, a little bit of a balance act here too. Plant the fingertips or the hands on the ground. If you're feeling a little more tense, you can always bend into that leg. Try to find a little more of a hamstring stretch that way. You can get lower to the floor with your hands, right? My leg is straight. I'm pushing into the ball of my foot to protect the back of the knee. Activate that calf. Inhale, bend the front leg. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank position. We'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway down for chaturanga or all the way for cobra. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back for downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Drive a little more weight into that right foot. Stretch out the calf. Oh, yeah. Inhale, step forward. Knees close as you can to the chest. Plant it down on the ground. We'll check out the feet. Make sure they're about hip width apart. Either fingertips or flat hands on the ground. Shoulders back. Proud chest here. Opening up forward. Next, inhale takes you all the way up to high lunge. Trying to stack that knee right over the ankle, about 90 degrees in the front leg. We took it before. Bend the back leg a little bit. Lengthen the tailbone a little bit more underneath you, and then re-drive into that right heel. You feel a little extra stretch. Try to have right hip forward, left hip back, keeping hips squared off here in your lunge. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, we'll reach forward. When you can't reach forward anymore, we plant the hands down toward the floor. If you can't reach the hands down to the floor, you bend the knee, or maybe you grab some books for the future and have those as a tool in your yoga classes. Or yoga blocks if you have those. Always good to have, because you never know what the teacher's going to do. Inhale, bend into the front leg. Then we'll plank the hands, step back, exhale, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway or all the way down. Inhale for chaturanga. Or inhale for up dog. Exhale, hips up and back for downward dog. We'll make our way back to the top of the mat. We'll either step, jump, hop, float, dance, whatever. Just get there. Plant the feet. We'll inhale, gently rise all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale, release, hands at your side. That was some B. Work our way to warrior two flow coming up next. Inhale, arms overhead. Find lengthening in your spine. Tailbone coming down, shoulder away from the ears. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank position. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to lower for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hips up and back. Flip on the feet. Really strong grip of the fingers here. Protect your wrists, strengthen your hands. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step through for warrior two. We'll pivot the back foot for heel to heel or heel to arch alignment with the front leg. Open up towards your left side, gazing in the middle and index finger of that front palm. So this front leg here, we're trying to gently move the knee a little more behind you to keep that nice line from hip to knee to second toe, activating the outside of the hip. For the back leg, push into the pinky edge to lift the arch, protecting the inside of the knee here. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, we reach forward for a triangle we're setting up for. Reach, 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 reach. Try to keep your hips in the same plane. Tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12, we open up. If your hand is on the ground, amazing. If you can grab your big toe, awesome. If you're kind of floating like this, that's great too. Feeling the stretch in the inside of the hamstring. If you want to find a little more side body opening, you can extend that left arm overhead. Gaze up to the ceiling to find a nice little neck stretch. Inhale, the strength of your core. Rise up to reverse triangle. Lip. Open side body. Nice. Exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down, bend the front knee. Step through for your plank and then vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows for chaturanga. Inhale, press up, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Strong hands. Inhale, left leg lifts, drive into the right heel a little bit more. Exhale, step through, knee to the chest. Set yourself up for warrior two, heel to heel or heel to arch. Open up to the right side, gaze through the index and middle finger of that front hand. Activate outside of that front leg to keep the knee a little more behind you versus coming in front. Push into the pinky edge of the back foot. Don't forget about that. Find a little bit of a tailbone lengthening underneath you. That'll feel a little extra stretch in your groin. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach forward. You might shift your hips back a little bit, but we're still trying to maintain square-ish of the hips. When you can't reach anymore, you start to tick-tock to 6 and 12. Press into the big toe mound of that front foot to protect the inside of the knee. Either arm straight up, 6 and 12, or you can find an overhead reach and think of a little bit of a twist, like a double helix twisting through your body. Open up to the ceiling as much as you can. Find your breath. Next inhale, we rise up with the strength of your side body to find reverse triangle. Flip the left hand. The right hand comes either below the knee or above the knee, just not on the knee joint. Open up through your side body. If you gaze up, you might find a nice scalene stretch, the anti-texting stretch. Exhale, bend the front knee, roll, cartwheel the hands down. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hips up and back. Strong hands. For your down dog. Couple of breaths here. We'll inhale, gaze forward. You step, you jump, you hop. On an inhale, and gently put your feet down if you did try to jump. Rise all the way up. So red. Open it up. All right. One more salutation before we move on to the bulk of the work. Twists, right? Nice for digestion. Inhale, arms overhead. We'll find an active twist toward the right side. We're going to try to maintain hips square as we do this. Exhale, right hand goes behind you. We'll twist toward the right. Really try to open up through the arms. A nice chest stretch. So squeezing your shoulder blades in the back. Try to keep the right hip forward, left hip back, and then retwist a little more with holding that. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale, same thing, other side. We open up to the left. Try to find left hip forward, right hip back, gazing toward that back arm. Inhale, rise up. We'll exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank position. Wide fingers, strong wrist, elbow crease forward. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, flip the feet, shoulders away from the ears, tailbone lengthens, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. A little bit of tailbone lift to find some more stretch at the attachments. Shoulders away from the ears, grip the ground with your hands. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we'll step forward all the way. So high lunge like before with a twist coming up. Find your positioning, find stable. Remember, you bent the front on the back leg and then tuck the tailbone a little bit more and then re-straighten the back leg. Let's find that. Inhale, exhale, we find an active twist toward the right side, just like we did standing, but now not standing. Open up. Try to keep your shoulders stacked over the hips. Inhale, refine your center. Exhale, plant the hands. Don't take your vinyasa yet. Plant the left hand underneath the left shoulder. We'll open up, find a nice, easier twist. Think of a side plank or a plank in that left arm. Open up to the right side. And now we can exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank position. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows halfway, chaturanga. Flip the feet. Inhale, upward dog. Hips up and back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Drive to the right heel. Give a little extra stretch in the calf. Exhale, step forward. Or inhale, step forward, sorry. Exhale, inhale takes you up high for your high lunge. Right, bend the back knee. Tailbone lengthens a little bit more underneath you. And then re-straighten the back knee. Find a little extra opening. Exhale, twist toward the left side. Really open up through the hands, through the chest. Try to find a broadening of your collarbones. Lift through your sternum. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, plant the hands. Right hand under the right shoulder. We'll inhale, open it up to the left. Find a nicer twist here. Active, but easier. Exhale, plant the hand down. So step back, plank position. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Look forward. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. All right. Make your way to the top of the mat. However you do it, I'm looking forward to inhaling and lifting. Oh yeah, I guess I'm warmed up. Inhale, rise it up tall. I'm warmed up in here. I hope you are too. All right, sip of water real quick if you need it. I guess I forgot mine. So we're going rough. We're roughing it today. All right, sip of water if you need it. Pay attention to me. We got 5 exercises. One of them is going to be a double-sided one because side planks. Each exercise we're going to do for 45 seconds instead of a rep count, just so everybody can be on the same pace or their own pace and page, right? I'll provide an option for any exercise so it can be available to hopefully everybody. All right, first one we have are plank reaches. We'll go hands under the shoulders. The plank reach is an anti-rotation exercise. So we're trying to not let the hips shift up and down at all. The wider your feet are on the mat, the more stable you'll be in your hips and your core, and trying to make every single muscle in your legs that attach to your hips. So you can be super stable, right? 45 seconds with the exercise. We'll find hands right under the shoulders, find your plank position. Drive the heels back a little bit more to activate the front of the thighs. Maybe go wider than the mat or as wide as the mat. Alternating arm lifts for 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. 45 seconds, alternate arm lifts. Press into the hands, wide fingers, just like all of our chaturangas we've done. All those planks we already did. Now we're just working shoulder stability, hip stability, spine stability. So many things here. Find your pace, find your breath. You want to be under control. Quality is better than quantity here. Almost there. Another 10 seconds to go. Almost there. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Side plank. Everybody kind of knows about this one, but we'll go over it anyways. We're going to go on the forearm today for this side plank because I think we did a lot of planks already on the straight arm. Elbow on the right side, underneath the right shoulder. A couple options here with the feet. You can stack the feet on top of one another, push into the pinky edge of the foot that's on the floor. We lift the hips, or we hold the staggered position, bottom foot in front, stack hips, stack shoulders, hand, whatever you want to do with it. That's up to you. 45 seconds each side. In 3, 2, 1, we hold. Find your breath. A lot of times in uncomfortable situations, all you got to do is breathe to get it out. Meditate through it. Find your breath. Right? Play with your arm if that helps. As long as your core is staying still, that's what we're going for here. 20 seconds to go. We're more than halfway through. You try to hold. If you can't hold it, you drop it and pick it back up when you can. Three, 2, 1, drop it. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to provide you an option on that one. Option for the next side plank and the next second round on the knees is a great option to hold. All right, same thing, other side. I'm gonna switch it up just for camera's sake. Get ready, 3, 2, 1. We lift and hold, 45 seconds. My fan is on here, but I closed the windows because, you know, I live in a neighborhood and there's dogs and people working on cars maybe, and who knows, a fire engine, which is cool. I just have to try to minimize those things if possible. So it's hot. We're doing hot yoga, hot fit yoga in here. Whew, almost there. I hope you're feeling hot too. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, next one. We got Navasana crunches. Option. Hands on the floor. They kind of help you to get up. Keep your shoulders back so your chest is proud. That's option 1. Option 2, one leg at a time with the hands on the floor. Option 3, no hands, no feet, and we work it. Ready? 45 seconds. If you can't move, just hold into the time. Breathe it out. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Navasana crunch. Pace yourself. 45 seconds. You don't want to do 45 reps of these, right? So find a good pace. Find your awareness here. Shoulders back. Try to gently bring yourself down onto the floor. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch it in. More than halfway through. Stay with it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're starting to burn. I can get it, I get it. Bridge marches, and then a leg hold before we go back to the top. All right, bridge march. You want to find your feet pretty close to where you can almost tickle the heels with your fingertips. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you to find more of an open heart. We lift, tailbone lengthens down toward the knees, broaden the chest, push into the arms to lift a little bit more. We'll alternate a kick out, 45 seconds. Get ready, and 3, 2, 1, lift, alternate kick. All right. Gonna work on that stability again in the hips, and that anti-rotation we were talking about before. Keep it going. My trusty stopwatch. We're almost there. 20 seconds to go. You got this. I know it feels good. Working that booty. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, we got leg hold here. 45-second leg hold. We're trying to find the height of the heels to be where your back can still touch the ground. If your back is arching too much, bring the legs higher, push the low back into the ground. We want to protect yourself here by keeping the back strong and stable. Hands either just slightly under the butt or off to the sides. Option to go overhead is even harder. Bending the knees will be a less intense option. 45-second hold in 3, 2, 1, hold. All right, find where you can hold the legs with your low back pressing the mat, really engaging the core, and yes, hip flexors, but core is really doing the work. Abs, front of the abs, front of the abs. Stay with it. Breathe. Meditate it out. You can do it. Check out your low back as you're getting tired. It's okay to lift the legs a little bit higher to press into the low back again. You're almost there. Woo, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Oh yeah, that's a good finisher there. We got one more round. Oh yeah, you didn't know we do it 2 times yet, did you? Ha, I did. Plank reaches to start you off. We'll go a little bit faster this time since I already told you what they are. Plank reach option, knees on the floor, knees behind the hips, so it's kind of like a plank. This is your option for those. If not, we lift straight legs in 3, 2, 1. Plank reach, alternate sides, 45 seconds. Find your pace, find your breath. Exhale. Let the hips move, fight the hips. Shoulder stability, work it. Grab the ground with your hands, strong hands all the way from the chain. You're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. Yeah, rough but good. Side plank option, elbow with the knee on the floor, knee, hip, elbow, same plane, right? That's your option. Otherwise, in 3, 2, 1, we lift, side plank. Stack hips over one another, stack shoulders over one another. This is a nice option, the arm overhead. I always like that lengthening in my side body. Right, but you can put your hand wherever you need to as long as you're keeping the hips stacked, shoulders stacked. Push into the pinky edge of the foot on the floor. You're almost there. 15 to go. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Drop it like it's hot. Other side. Getting ready? Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Find your option and lift. So side plank, you obviously feel it working the side of the body here. We're also working the side of the hip and your glute medius. A lot of times you see people with the bands around their knees, walking side to side, doing stuff like that. This is the no equipment version of that kind of thing. Really helps prevent injuries and running, especially if you're a runner or a biker or anything that does repetitive movements like that. Helps your balance too. 15 seconds to go. You can do this. This is your final side plank on this time. 3, 2, 1. Take it down. All right, 3 more exercises, and then we'll move on from this theme of core. All right. Navasana, crunches, right? Option hands help or option leg alternating. 45 seconds, and 3, 2, 1, open. Exhale, close. Maybe inhale on open, exhale, close. Shoulders back, good posture. Gaze a little bit up, maybe toward the corner where your ceiling meets the wall. That's always better than looking down. Helps to keep your chest proud. Almost there. Less than 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Yeah. Hi-ya. All right. Bridge marches and then leg hold for the 2 finishers here. Bridge march, right? Find your bridge, tickle your heels a little bit with your fingertips. All 10 toes face forward. Don't let the toes rotate out. You can compress your SI joints by doing that. We lift, press into the arms, lift in 3, 2, 1, march. 45 seconds. Under control here, drive into the heel of the foot on the floor. Tailbone stays lengthened toward the knees to protect your low back. It's a nice active recovery-ish kind of exercise. Stay with it. Check my watch. You're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Almost there in 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. All right, final thing for this core, 45-second leg hold, keeping the low back pressed into the mat. In 3, 2, 1, we lift, hold, low back presses in, option to bend the knees or pick up the legs a little bit higher. Relax your neck, you shouldn't have any tension. We shouldn't really have any tension above the rib cage because it's all working your core. Unless you're pushing into the shoulders to open up the heart, maybe you got a little bit of that, but we smile. Check out your brow, no need to have tension there. "15 seconds left, stay with it. Got to do the shakes, this is the wrap when they happen. 10. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, give yourself a hug, you deserve it. Oh yeah, relax. Sip of water if you need it. We'll take a minute to prepare for the rest of the work. All right, we got 2 sequences of 3 exercises and 1 sequence of 2 before we cool it down. Every time we'll do those, there'll be 2 rounds. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 16 exercises, but don't worry, they'll go faster than you think. All right. Sip of water, hopefully you're done by now. We got plank to malasana for the first exercise for 45 seconds. You want to pace yourself on these because it can get pretty intense pretty quickly. Option is plank to alternating malasana. So left foot steps back and then right foot steps back, sink into the hips, right? Alternate the leg that's going forward into your malasana. Option 1. Option 2, we pop into the malasana, pop, chest up, hips back. As you jump back, Try not to let your core sink, push into the shoulders, super strong core. Don't let the core drop, protect your back. 45 seconds, plank to malasana in 3, 2, 1. Choose your option. Let's go. Pace yourself. I like to use the malasana. It's a nice little active stretch here in our plank. Getting the legs ready for some exercises on this block. Stay with it. Got about 15 seconds left. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Next one. All right, we got locust pull down. A little bit of scapula work here. So locust is a little bit of a baby back bend. So we're working on that low back. Also pull downs to try to get the shoulder blades. So we think pull up or pull down machine at the gym. Tops of the feet press into the ground, tailbone lengthens down. Keep your gaze neutral with your neck, so gaze at the floor, arms overhead, elbows drive back. 45 seconds. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Heart lifts, feet pressing to the floor, tailbone lengthens. Look at the ground. No need to crunch your neck here by looking up too much. Option is to hold always, or a little bit of a reset if you need to. Don't want to overdo it in your low back. So we're trying to lift through the heart, not necessarily the low back. Should feel it in your shoulder blades by now, at least a little bit. Keep going, I'm just checking my watch. Almost there, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Locust pull downs, complete. Frogger hops. This exercise here, toes turn out. We're trying to find that like malasana kind of squat. Knees to about 90 degrees, hands on the ground. Option 1, up onto the toes, like a goddess squat almost. Option 2, full jump, full jump. Chest up, hips back, keep your eyes forward. 45 seconds, pace yourself, get ready. 3, 2, 1, choose your option. All right, you can always go to one or the other. You don't have to stay with the option. Quality is most important. Use the feet to flick. Get the calves in there. Chest up, hips back. Stay with it. All right, I'm choosing a different option just for the finish here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew, yeah, that's round 1. One more round to go, and then we'll move on to our second pairing. See? Pretty quick. Once it's all said and done, it's quick. Plank, malasana. Either you walk it up, alternate the feet, or you pop it up into your plank to malasana. Get ready. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank malasana. Chest up, hips back. Strong hands. Keep the upper back slightly rounded as you press into the ground. It'll help make yourself a little bit lighter on the jump forward. Strong core on the way back so you don't drop the hips and pinch something in the low back. We don't want that. Almost there. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, thanks for staying with me. I know you guys are feeling good. Because you must be. This is good stuff. Plank, locust pull downs. Remember, arms out in front, left heart, left in the low back. Tailbone lengthens down, pushing the tips of the toes. And 3, 2, 1, arms out. We squeeze. Keep your head neutral by looking down at the ground. Stay with it, you're so close. Three, 2, 1. Release. Woo. Oh man, you didn't forget about the frog hops, did you? Toes turn out, knees track over toward the toes, chest up, hips back. Either we jump or we go up onto the toes like you're gonna jump. Get ready? And 3, 2, 1, let's go. Thank you. Stay with it. You can always change up to something else, right? To the option. We go for as long as we can, but what we started with, stay with it. 10 seconds. Whew. 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 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Good job. Water, sip of water. Take a break. Wipe off your face. All right. We got 3 exercises. Maybe a little slower around this time. Push up, down dog. We'll go wide push-ups, warrior 3 reps. And another jump, lunges. All right, push up, down dog. Option. We'll go wide push-up. Actually, make sure you do that. This one is like your index finger, maybe even your thumb off the mat. In the wide push-up, you want to try to find elbow right over the wrist. If your elbow is going wider than your pinky, make your hands wider. This is going to put it a little more into the pecs versus the triceps or the shoulders, and it'll help your down dog be a little more accessible in the shoulders, right? So option 1, push up to down dog, knees to down dog, right? Option 2, no knees, and we go for it, right? Option, hold your down dog if you can't do any more push-ups. 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Probably go just a few minutes, a little bit over the hour because of the initial introduction. The video will be a little bit longer, but the workout, not necessarily. Stay with it. You can always drop onto the knees if you need to. Just try to find a good range of motion in the push-up. Strong hands, thumb and index finger, most of the weight. 3, 2, 1. Stop it. Nice job. Warrior 3 reps. This should be nice. Kind of an active, cool-ish down in between. 30 seconds each leg. Don't worry about a lot of reps here. Worry about the movement, the stability, the awareness you're creating in your body, right? We'll start with the left leg. We'll go 30 seconds. Staff position to start. Really have a strong grip on the ground with your foot. You can slightly bend the standing knee. As you exhale into Warrior 3, hands at heart center if you want to, overhead, or anywhere else, really. Try to have all those 5 toes of the back leg pressing downward. Maybe you inhale to bend the front knee a little bit. Come back up and we find the reps, right? Rep it out. If you lose your balance, that's all good. Just smile and go with it. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Warrior 3 reps. Stretch, contract, chest up, make yourself into a T. Don't go deeper than chest parallel to the ground. That's something different. It's a standing split. Should be pretty warmed up. Your core's fired up, so your balance might be better than you expected. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? The things that we did worked. 3, 2, 1, and other side, right? Always a wall nearby is a great option to keep you in it without falling. Other side in 3, 2, 1, Warrior 3 reps. You know, and if you have dumbbells and you just want to use them, you can always bring them. I'm just not going to say dumbbells or bands until I know people, when everybody who's taking my classes has them. I just don't think it would be a good service if I did that. But you can always add dumbbells if you need to. Always accepted. Stay with it. A few more reps. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Relax. All right. Lunge jumps. Alternating lunge jumps. All right. So option 1, no alternating. And we'll just go power jumps or power lunges. I'll let you know what halfway is. Boom, power lunge. Boom, hamstring brings you forward. The knee stacks over the ankle on the front leg. You'll switch halfway through. Hip width apart with the feet. Option for lunge jump. I like to have my hands help me to jump up. We can go switch, absorb, sink, switch, right? Try to find a good lunge. The front knee doesn't really go over the toes. I'll keep you in a safe zone, especially if you have anterior knee pain. All right. 30 seconds. I'll let you know halfway. Get ready? In 3, 2, 1. Lunge jump, lunge jump, lunge jump. Halfway in 3, 2, 1. Switch legs if you did that version. Stay with it. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Oh my goodness. Take a breather. You need it. I know you do. Quality of movements, quality of breath. Whew. So close, team. Let's get ready. Second round. Push up, down dog. Warrior 3s, lunge jumps. Get ready. 30 seconds each this time. In 3, 2, 1. Push up, down dog. Get it. Push up, down dog. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Whew. 2 more, and then we cool it down. That's how we're doing it today. Warrior 3 reps. All right. I'm going with my left leg first. You can choose if you want to go on the right one first, up to you. Stack to start in 3, 2, 1. Hands wherever you want to. Proud chest, all 5 toes point down. Bend the knee slightly if you need to. Find a little more stability. Don't let your chest drop lower than your hips. Think of those locust pull downs we did. 3, 2, 1, halfway. Oh, sorry. That's the next exercise. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Now we switch. Now we're halfway with this exercise group. Ready for it. Other side starts in 3, 2, 1. Stop. Warrior 3. Stretch hamstring. Contract hamstring. Slightly bend the knee if you need to, or keep it straight. Get a little more stretch and a little more contract. Almost there, less than 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. All right, final intense exercise. And we'll drink some water, bring it down to the mat, cool it down. So get through this one. Either power lunges, 15 seconds each side, or lunge cycle jumps for 30. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Final push here. Come on. Three, 2, 1. Halfway. Whoa. Almost there. Come on. Strong finish. 3, 2, 1. Woo, la, la, la. Woo. Oh, nice. Internet high fives. Internet hugs. You guys are awesome. Whew. Calm it down. Longer breaths. I'm opening some windows. I got lucky today and nobody, dogs weren't barking. The guy across the street has like these old Jeeps with crazy engines and old Corvettes. He turns them on and like wakes up the whole neighborhood. All right. Here's a few minute cool down here for the end. Let's take a quick child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees go wide. Lengthen the arms out all the way. Rest your forehead on the floor. We're gonna take a little child's pose. Thread the needle for your shoulder. So keep the left arm long. We'll thread the right arm underneath and through. We'll go palm up. Try to keep that right shoulder down as much as you can. We're gonna look and twist toward the right. Get a little extra deltoid stretch there. Push back into the hips to realign. your true child pose. So much stress is holding your shoulders, so much tension. Plus, we did a lot of planks and push-ups and all sorts of things on the arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, find your child's pose. Keep the right arm long, left arm through toward the right side, thread it through. And then we'll start to shift the twist toward the left. Maybe look toward the left. Try to keep the shoulder down toward or away from the ear. Nice outside of the shoulder, lateral deltoid stretch. Try to keep the arm long. It'll get a nicer lengthening there. And inhale back to center. Exhale, find a little deeper in your shoulder child's pose. We'll round it up. Come on to, we'll go just tabletop for a second to set you up. With the back knee on the floor, we'll inhale, left knee, or right knee down, left knee up, forward into the low lunge. Right, option one, we'll just take a hip flexor, stretch here. Elbow knock is down, either hands on the hip or overhead. Try to push a little bit forward, hip flexor. Option two, right hand underneath the right shoulder. Left hand comes around and grab on the outside of the foot. Shift more forward. Try to find a little more of that twist toward the left side. A little more of a quad stretch at least here. All those lunges, jumps, and such that we did. If you want to get a little more into that, you can peace finger bind on your left big toe, open up a little bit more, find the twist, open up through your shoulders, maybe a little extra neck stretch, try to find that. Exhale to release wherever you were. We'll plant the hands back down on the ground, step the back leg or the front leg back. Right leg comes forward now into either your hip flexor stretch lunge option. With the knee behind the hip, you get a little bit more. Elbow lengthens down. Left hand option underneath the left shoulder. Try to reach for the outside of the back foot. Actively flex the foot. We open up toward the right. Option to get a little bit deeper would be peace finger bind with the middle index finger on the right toe, forearm on the ground. Just get a little bit deeper in that right hip. Probably find a deeper twist to open. Maybe you bring the left ear more toward the floor, find some nice side neck stretch. And exhale to release. Then lay on the back. So option one, I'm going to do the option one. Option two can be pigeon. If pigeon is in your practice, go for it. I'm going to take this reclined or supine figure four, right ankle on top of left knee. Thread the needle, grab in front of the shin or in front of the hamstring. Try to keep your lowest back on the floor and your head relaxed. Exhale to bring in the knee a little bit more. Actively flex the pinky edge of that right foot into the knee to protect the lateral or the outside of the right knee. And exhale to release. Same thing, other side, left leg on the right knee or switch your pigeon. Thread the needle, grab in front of the shin or behind the hamstring. Actively flex the pinky edge of your foot into the knee, protect the outside of your left knee. And we'll bring it in. Feel a nice stretch on the outside of the left hip, potentially. Or even if it's just a little bit, you're still doing something. If you're feeling nothing, maybe the pigeon is your option, or maybe talk to me and we can figure out what's going on there. If pigeon is not available, but this doesn't feel anything. There are other ways. There's always another way to get to where you want to go. That's really life in a nutshell, right? So many things can deter you. from what you think or where you thought you were gonna go. But if in this exact moment right now, you feel happy and you feel free and you are healthy and you have people who love you, and whatever those pathways were to get you here were exactly right. And even if you're feeling that maybe you're not in your highest self state of mind, you're exactly where you need to be right in this exact moment to help show you the way to achieve that. Release the stretch. If you're in pigeon pose, lay back on your back. We'll give yourself a nice double leg hug, Apanasana. And then reach for either the big toe if your finger bind or on the outside of the feet for your happy baby. Try to keep your low back down. Drive the knees into the floor. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the thighs and relax your head. If you want to go a little bit more, straighten the right leg, straighten the left leg. Feel a nice hamstring stretch here. Open it up. It's okay. Nobody's watching. Well, I mean, I guess you're watching. You're watching me. Nobody's watching you. Inhale, give yourself another hug, and then we'll twist to the left. Left knees go to the left side. Try to keep your arms really wide. Try to keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Your knees are to the left. Try to reach your left arm a little bit more to the left. That'll settle your right shoulder blade down a little bit more. Look to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale. Knees drop to the right. Shift onto the right hip. Reach out to the right side with your right hand. That'll settle your left shoulder blade down just a little bit more. Maybe one side's a little bit more restricted at the moment than the other. That's all right. That's why we do this. We explore your body through stretching, through yoga, through movement, through breathing, through struggle comes growth. Inhale to center. Exhale, one more big hug, big final hug. Rock yourselves up to a seated position. Thank you for sweating with me today. I hope you got a good sweat. I know I did. If you didn't, turn off your air conditioner next time and you'll feel right at home here in Hawaii. Hands at heart center. The light in me knows, cherishes, loves, and sees the light in you and everybody around us, because no matter how bad you might think it is, there's still light peeking through the clouds. Thank you so much. Namaste. Check out our online studio, cloudstudios.com/feelgoodyoga. There's links for our equipment for bands, schedules there, a whole bunch of other good stuff we're going to be loading up on there. Every time we do these classes, we send them to the cloud. You'll be able to access them on demand if you missed it, or if you weren't able to complete it for whatever reason, go back and try it again. Reach out to me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. I'd love to help and get you on the path to being able to feel successful. Thank you so much. Peace out.